Hey everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and I was hoping to let everybody know about some really exciting news regarding the bar I bought a while back, and a new property I'm buying, and a new business adventure, and it seemed to all work out perfectly, and then I really overlooked something, or didn't know something, or maybe I can blame someone else, but at least part of it was my fault, and things aren't looking nearly as exciting and cool as they were before. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. We're still going to do it in a way, but it's not going to be quite the same. So I'll let you know how all that's going to work out, I hope. Now, of course, we love likes, comments, shares. Keep those coming. And we have lots and lots of other videos if you haven't seen them on my flips. I think we have 10 or 11 flips going right now. Rental properties we're buying, commercial and residential, and advice videos as well. And we love it when you go to investormore.com. Check that out. And my new book is now finally out and released. It's on Amazon. I'll have a link below to get to it, or just search for Mark Ferguson in Amazon. It should pop up. My crazy, insane stories about from an I don't even know what my book's called. Hold on. My crazy, insane, true stories as a real estate entrepreneur. And a lot of you on YouTube were the ones who inspired me to write this book, because we have so many crazy and weird stories that go on with the flips we buy, the rentals we have, you know, the 500 tire eviction, the meth house that burned down, being sued by previous owners, not me, but the bank was sued. They caused lots of delays, the foundation houses, all kinds of crazy stuff, hoarder houses, evictions. We have a lot going on. So this book is now available. It has 21 or 22 of those stories that I wrote about in detail. Some we've shown on YouTube, some were before I was doing YouTube, but that is on sale right now on Amazon, just released, paperback and ebook. Eventually we may do an audiobook as well, but that's not ready yet. Okay, so what is going on with my exciting news? It's not as exciting anymore. So I have a bar that I bought in northern Colorado. It's almost a year and a half ago now we bought it. Not quite a year and a half, but really close. And I was planning to run it, operate it. And so we went through, and I made the decision to move the bar around, rearrange the floor plan, which probably was not a good decision, because when I did that, the town and permit company all of a sudden decided we had to get an architect involved, a engineer for electrical, heating, plumbing, all of that, and it just exploded our time frame. We had to wait forever to get all this stuff done. It was cool seeing all the exposed brick and neat stuff we had discovered in the bar during demo, but it really was not a good business decision moving everything around. Then we had to have ADA bathrooms. Now I realize why a lot of bars and restaurants never ever remodel ever or change anything, because the city might come in and say, hey, you got to redo it all, redo all the bathrooms, redo everything, and make it up to code. So we had that going on, and if you watched a video update I had maybe a month ago, we finally got the architect drawings in. We submitted our plans to the city for the permits, and everything was going fantastic. Sort of. We still have a lot of work to do. Well, on the other side of it, I bought a liquor store and a mini mart, as many of you know, in northern Colorado as well. We've been owning and operating that. It's gone really well. I really enjoy it. We've had lots of videos of that too, the progress and different things going on there. We'll have lots more updates on that too. Well, I got that liquor license in my name, and then we had a new opportunity come up in Colorado, in the same town where my other bar is. Another business came up for sale, and I jumped on that, got that under contract, and it is actually a bar as well. And so, got that under contract, and we did a real fast closing, no inspection, how we normally buy things. And then along the way, we're working on getting that liquor license transferred over to me. And I was hit with a massive roadblock and disappointment. I mean, this is probably one of the more disappointing things that's happened to me in a while, even like the stupid mistakes I make, like buying the horrible foundation house and other things and evictions and stuff. Like, it's all kind of part of the business, and I expect things like this to happen. This one kind of came out of left field, and I wasn't expecting it. And basically the state said, I am not allowed to have a liquor store and a bar. It's prohibited. And I was like, what? And I had done some research on this before too, because it used to be you could only have one liquor license in Colorado. They changed that law a few years ago, and I was reading up, and it's like, yeah, now you can have 2 liquor stores, 3 liquor stores, but there's still a limit. So I'm like, okay, that sounds all right. Well, I missed, after reading through pages of municipal code and state code and laws. It's really fun if you haven't done that before, by the way. Really hard to miss things too. But I emailed the state and they sent me this matrix, and if you own a liquor store, you basically can't have any other liquor licenses in any other business, was the gist of it. So I can't have a bar. Really threw a loop in my plan there, because my plan, since our bar was kind of torn apart and would take so much money to bring it up and get it going, was to actually start a different business in that building, right? Kind of scrap the whole bar idea. I know we've gone through so much work to get it going and running, but by owning the other bar in town, I kind of, took out my own competition a little bit by having both of them. Maybe that's why they don't let you have multiple licenses. But anyway, that was the plan. Own and operate the new bar, which is already up and going, working, everything's set up, don't have to do anything, and then make another business with the other building. And I have some ideas on that too. And so everything was looking awesome, great, until this loop was thrown into the situation. So I'm not sure exactly how we're going to handle it yet. I am still going to buy the building and maybe rent it out to somebody else who will operate the bar, so that I'm not associated with it. I can still do that. So that might be the plan going forward from now, but we'll have more information on that. We'll definitely show the building and different things going on with it there. But it's added a little bit of a loop to everything, having these limitations on the liquor licenses and how that works. And I definitely don't want to violate any liquor law, statutes or anything like that. I want to do everything above the board. But this is also interesting because if this situation hadn't come up and we have continued to work on the bar, go through all that and do all that stuff, well, then I would have run into the same problem with the bar we were working on too at some point down the road. And so we had applied and gotten the liquor license transferred over to me and all of that before, but since we hadn't ever opened, hadn't ever operated, that license was not active, we would have had to reapply, redo it once we were opened and ready for business. And so that didn't show up as already being in my name when we went for this other one. So a little bit of a loop, a little bit of a change and disappointment in how things are run, but things happen, you work through them, you figure it out, and sometimes maybe it works out for the best in the end. So all the super exciting news I was talking about in my previous videos and new business opportunities and things coming up isn't quite as exciting as it was a week ago or a few days ago, but we'll still be buying the building. That should still be a good deal, a good investment, and we'll go from there. All right, so we'll have updates on that. We'll have updates on the store, have updates on the current bar and what we do with that, because I think I am going to do something different with it still and not turn it into a bar, because there's just so much equipment and stuff going on, and then the whole, obviously, liquor license issue too. Definitely want to be careful with that. So if you haven't subscribed, now's a great time to subscribe to figure out what's going on in this crazy journey. This might be another story that's added to this sequel to the book I just released. And I had to narrow down those stories too. Like, I couldn't fit every single story in that book because a lot of crazy stuff happened. So check that out, the book out on Amazon. Check out investformore.com. Let us know what you think. Love hearing comments and suggestions and different ideas on what we're doing. And then we'll figure out this little setback and move forward. Don't worry, we'll be good and keep going. So love to hear what you think. We'll be back with more videos soon.